suffers more after an affair? Is it the one who cheated or the one who was cheated on? Affairs aren't just heartbreaking, they're soul-crushing. The pain from betrayal lingers far longer than the affair itself, leaving emotional scars that are tough to heal. When an affair happens, the emotional journeys of the person who cheated and the one who was cheated on are very different. So who suffers more, the one who betrayed or the one who was betrayed? Let's break it down. For the person who cheated, Stage 1, guilt and self-justification. At first, the cheater is overwhelmed with guilt. They'll try to rationalize their actions. It was just a mistake, or I didn't mean for it to happen. They might convince themselves it's not as bad as it seems, and that the relationship can survive. But deep down, they know something has been broken. The guilt eats at them, and they begin to ask, how could I do this to someone I love? Stage 2, regret and confusion. Once the affair is out in the open, regret sets in. The cheater realizes they've lost more than just their partner's trust. They've lost their own sense of morality. They're torn between wanting to fix things and realizing they may have gone too far. They begin to question, can I undo the damage I've done? The regret grows as they remember all the lies they told and the hurt they caused. Sometimes, they'll try to convince themselves that the affair was just a symptom of bigger issues in the relationship. Stage 3, loneliness and reflection. Eventually, the cheater faces the consequences of their actions, often losing the person they loved. Loneliness sets in, and regret turns into deep loss. They start to reflect on what they've lost and wonder, was it all worth it? The relationship they once had is now irreparably damaged, and they can't help but think, was it really worth it? They begin to question whether they truly understood the value of what they had. For the person who was cheated on, Stage 1, shock and heartbreak. When the affair is discovered, it feels like the floor just dropped out from under them. The shock is real, and the pain feels physical. It's like being blindsided, like getting hit by a truck. They'll wonder, how did this happen? Was I not enough? Their mind races, replaying every moment, trying to make sense of the betrayal. The emotional wounds run deep, and it feels like everything they thought they knew about their relationship has been shattered. Stage 2, anger and insecurity. Once the initial shock fades, anger sets in. They feel betrayed, humiliated, and furious. Not just at the person they loved, but also at the person their partner cheated with. Insecurity creeps in with questions like, am I not good enough? What did I do wrong? These thoughts plague their mind. They might withdraw or lash out as they try to cope with the overwhelming emotions. The pain feels unbearable. I start to question my self-worth. Trust is shattered, and it feels like they'll never be able to trust anyone again. Stage 3, forgiveness or letting go. Over time, they reach a point where they have to decide, forgive or walk away. This is one of the toughest decisions they'll ever have to make. If they choose to forgive, it's a long, difficult process of rebuilding trust. If they choose to let go, it's still painful, but they begin to heal and reclaim their sense of self. Whether they stay or leave, the journey is far from easy, and the scars of betrayal will always remain. The psychology behind it. There's a psychological concept called cognitive dissonance. The person who cheated experiences mental discomfort because their actions don't align with their values. The guilt and regret they feel come from the internal conflict between who they thought they were and what they actually did. For the person who was cheated on, the pain comes from the broken trust. Research shows that the emotional pain from betrayal activates the same brain regions that process physical pain. The hurt is deep, and it feels like they've been physically injured. This pain often lingers long after the affair ends. So, who suffers more? The person who cheated often goes through intense guilt and regret, realizing the full weight of their actions. The emotional toll on them is heavy, and while they may try to fix things, they often find themselves facing the overwhelming consequences of their mistakes. On the other hand, the person who is cheated on faces immediate heartbreak, anger, and insecurity. But over time, they have the chance to heal, whether through forgiveness or by walking away and starting fresh. The pain may be deep, but they also have the opportunity to rebuild and come out stronger. In the end, both are left asking, why did this happen to me? If you're struggling with the aftermath of betrayal, I'm here to listen. Feel free to reach out anytime.